Tibial plateau fracture, people. This was my knee. In 6 weeks and 2 days after surgery, this was me dancing salsa. Now, you might not want to dance salsa, but I bet you want full knee extension, full knee flexion, and to be able to walk when you're allowed to walk without pain. I've got 3 great exercises. 1, you need to be at least partially weight bearing, but the other 2 are going to be into mobility. So it's going to really open up that tissue, get that joint working better, and if you are able to walk a little bit, this elephant exercise, which I'm going to show you in a second, is fantastic. All right, so exercise number 1 is literally shifting your weight back and forth. Now, with that being said, you can start with exercise 2 and 3, which will kind of open the knee up a little bit, or you can choose to warm it up like this and just start kind of getting some weight on your leg. Now, my broken leg was my left leg. So the goal here is literally just to start with a little bit of this weight shift. I call this the elephant walk because I guess it reminds me kind of like an elephant walking, but you don't even have to move. You can literally just shift a little bit of body weight into your broken leg. This will be great because it's also going to help with some confidence to start to understand that you can put some weight on this leg, which will be important, well, when you start walking again with or without crutches. So what I like to do, and as you see me in this video doing this, is I'm literally just rocking back and forth on my bad leg. So even if you can go fully on your good leg and partially on your bad leg, that's not a problem, because not only is this warming the joints up, it's building your confidence back. Now, something I also like to do is change the position of my knees, so to speak. So I can bend down a little bit, and then this is going to be a little bit more into your quad, and you'll definitely feel this more in your knee. But from here, you might be able to go not as far because it's a bit more painful, but not only, again, is this working as a great body weight shifting exercise, this is also teaching you kind of where your limitations are at the moment, but it's also allowing you to build some confidence to start to get that feeling back of standing on that broken leg. And now with that being said, you can also shift to the leg and just kind of bend the knee a little bit. So really all I want you to do is just start playing around with your body weight, with your posture, with the position of your knee, and seeing how it feels. And you can even test and retest this, like I said before, with the 2 mobility exercises I'm going to show you right now. You could start with this as a warm-up, do the next 2 exercises, and even finish with this one at the end and see if it's gotten any bit better. All right, so here I've got the foam roller directly above my kneecap. Now I don't want to scream into the microphone, so I'm going to be a bit soft here. And you can see I'm literally just shifting my body weight left and right. So I'm literally shifting on my hips. I don't need to be lifted up in a core position. Maybe it's not bad to get a little bit of exercise like that, but since consistency is king, and I would say time under tension, meaning the longer you do this, is also kind of king, I like to completely lie down because then I can do this for a very long time. Now you notice right now I'm actually kind of doing this exercise together with you at the moment because I feel something on the inside of my left knee right above my kneecap. Now this is still where I have sometimes a little bit of pain. In the last 2 days I was dancing a lot of salsa and it was on like a stone floor, so not a proper dance floor, and that really still kind of obviously tires both of my legs out, but I still feel it a little bit more in my left sometimes. So right now I can feel a little bit of a trigger point right on the VMO muscle. So this is the muscle on the inside of your leg, right the first quad muscle, if you will. See if I can show a picture up above here of what the VMO is, and I can kind of feel that there and right above my patella. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into the center. Oh man, yeah, I can feel a few trigger points. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk as I do this here. And now I'm going to go a little bit more lateral. So I'm going to get a little bit away from you in the camera, so hopefully you can still see me. And I'll try to double this angle and zoom in on it too, so you can really see what I'm doing. But I'm not putting much pressure on it. I'm not even having my second leg on it because I don't need it, and I can really just kind of feel that tissue getting ground up a little bit, getting kind of, massaged really, if you will, because there's going to be some adhesive tissue, not only from the surgery and from the injury, but also just from the sedentary position that we had, most likely for the first 6, 7, 8 weeks when we were not allowed to move. Wow, and sometimes you can really kind of get in there, especially as the tissue and your muscles start to really relax. Wow, this one is unbelievable. Ooh, and so if you find a spot that's a bit much, just breathe, try to find your Zen space, and you can also, in that spot, then shift your hips again. going more north to south than necessarily east to west. I really prefer doing this one, and honestly, I need to do this one, I think, a bit more myself. I would say for around 3 to 5 minutes, maybe take a break and then go back for another round so I can get a total of about 10 minutes if possible. Now the last one I'm doing is basically the opposite of what I just did. The one before was right above my kneecap, and now I'm just kind of getting in this Kniekehle, as we say in German, or the Popliteal Fossa, so just this area right where the knee bends, if you will, so where it flexes. And from here, sometimes what I will do is put my other leg, either cross it like this, so I get a little bit more body weight into the foam roll, because then it allows it to go a little bit deeper into my muscles. Or sometimes I'll even cross my leg directly where the foam roll is, because this is going to put definitely more pressure into my leg, into the foam roller. So if this is a little bit too painful, you can just always do it. Start like this, that's not a problem. You can also lie in a bed where the ground will be a little bit softer, so it's gonna push a little bit less into your muscles. And sometimes when I find a bit of a spot, which I have like right here, I might again keep my butt on the floor so I'm not lifting myself up, and just kind of shift. Yeah, there we go, right and left. But actually, to be honest with you, I actually liked it better like this first. Oh man, I can feel something right in my calf muscle. Again, most likely from the salsa that I was dancing the last couple days, the workshops and everything being on a stone floor. And then what I can also do is go a little bit more medial, and then I usually always take my leg off because it's gonna be a little bit more sensitive on the inside. And then once I've kind of warmed it up a little bit, what I also like to do is this terminal knee extension exercise. So we're gonna try to work on this extension, which is sometimes difficult because if we have some adhesive tissue within the patella of the knee area, then a lot of times that's what's preventing us from truly straightening the knee. But practicing it is never a bad idea, because this VMO muscle, which I spoke about before, is actually the muscle that contracts when we have this 0 to 30 degrees of knee extension. And this is very important because this VMO muscle helps the other 3 quadriceps meaning 4, with the patella tracking, so the knee tracking, so it stays in the right linear path, if you will, and it doesn't end up grinding up some of our cartilage. Now that's a whole different injury. That's jumper's knee, runner's knee, chondromalacia. So there's a whole bunch of different other things that can happen to regular people, not people with this injury. But this is just a great way to kind of, again, actively get in some of that scar tissue, work on breaking some of it up, and also working on your movement pattern of this terminal knee extension and firing that VMO too. Now, when you come into this medial portion, so the inside of your knee, a lot of times this is a very sensitive area, so I just say kind of go slow, fire the exercise or do the exercise just like this, and then you can always kind of just go back to doing the mobility again. And also if you think it has gotten a little bit better, go back to just doing that with a little bit more body weight, and you can even, let's see if this works. Yeah, sure, of course. Get a little bit of a double massage, because the malleoli, that bone on the lateral side of your ankle, will also kind of help do a little bit of massage when you're actively extending your knee. I would do it softly because you don't want that patella to grind up against your leg. That would be a little bit painful. And then yeah, nice and soft just like this. And I would again do maybe this for 3 to 5 minutes in different positions. Do maybe a total of, let's say, 15 like this, 15 straight, 15 like this. You can take your foot down, it's not a problem. Go back to maybe a few more minutes of grinding it up like this, and I would do maybe 2 or 3 sets. And then at the end, like I said, stand back up and do your little elephant walk and see if it's gotten any bit better. All right, there you go. Those are the 3 exercises I would love for you to start with. I'd also love to see you guys in my online program, the Tibial Plateau Fracture Solution. So if you comment TPF, I will send you a link where you can get 50% off your first month. Come join us on the weekly coaching calls, come into the community, share videos of you doing exercises, get one-to-one help with me, and let's get you back to what you should be doing even if you've had a tibial plateau fracture. Like you saw, I'm dancing salsa, I'm back to CrossFit, I am able to do everything. I didn't have the worst fracture in the world, but by far did I not have the best. So the results are possible for everyone, but you have to do the work and you have to come in and join the team and get the results that you want. I can't say any more. So I hope to see you all soon. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so now.